Hello everyone, Ranjita here and I'm back today with another interesting card making tutorial. Today I'm going to demonstrate how you can make a reverse easel card. This is very similar and is the same card fold like an easel card but just with a little variation. I hope you will like this tutorial. Let's quickly check out the video. So firstly, I'm starting with a rectangular base. Here my card measures 8 inches by 4 inches. You can take whatever measurements you are comfortable with. The card can be as big or as small as you want. Then I folded this rectangular piece into half. Then again I'm folding it into another half. So this is the card fold you follow for your easel card. This is a very common card fold which can be turned into many different cards. So for today I am showing you a variation in this fold called the reverse easel card. So instead of folding it that way, I am taking this smaller fold here and folding it in the reverse. So you can see you will have a Z fold here. So this will be my basic card base for a reverse easel card. So as you can see here, very similar to your easel card, but just that you have reversed one fold, we are calling it a reverse easel card. So now that our card base is ready, let's go ahead and get ready with the other elements that we need to finish this card. So here I am coloring the tulips from the March release of Vardha Sharma's designs. So as you can see here, for the pot here, first I'm going with a very light shade of blue all over. Then I'm going ahead and adding some darker shades around the rim just to add some shadows to this pot. This is very basic coloring, and for coloring my images here I'm using alcohol based markers. These are Ohuhu markers and they are very similar to Copic markers. So as you can see here, first I've colored the entire flower pot with a light shade of blue. Then I've added some shadows with a medium tone, and then I'm darkening the shadows with another darker shade of blue. So once I am happy with the shadows, I'm going ahead and taking the lightest shade again and blending everything together. I'm doing very simple and basic coloring here. Once I'm done with the pot, I'm going ahead and coloring the leaves. Since this image is very small, it is hard to explain the details, but I'm just adding shadows here and there with a darker shade of green on my leaves. Once I'm done with the leaves, I'm going ahead and coloring the flowers and flower buds. So as you can see here, I'm taking shades of pink and yellow and filling in my flowers. I wanted the tips to be a little yellowish and the base of the bud to be pinkish. Tulips come in a variety of shades, but this shade of tulips is my favorite, so I'm playing around with these colors. So here you can see very simple coloring. I'm just blending two shades, yellow and pink. I'm first applying both the colors and then I'm coming back with my yellow and blending in the pink into yellow properly. At the base of the buds, I'm adding a darker shade of pink here just to bring in a little more shadows and make these flowers more vibrant. I'm blending everything together and my beautiful flowers are ready to go onto the card. Once we are done coloring the image, I will go ahead and fussy cut this image and then we will put the card together. My image is fussy cut here, and I also have a small card panel that matches the cardstock and it measures 3.5 inches by 3.5 inches. A piece of pattern paper that measures 3.75 inches square and another piece that measures 1.75 by 3.75 inches. So now that all our elements are ready, I'm quickly adding a little adhesive to my pattern paper and adhering it to the card base here. I'm also adding this small strip and matting it onto my cardstock here. I'm showing you a very simple card here. However, you can embellish your card and make it as beautiful as you want and add in as many elements as you want onto your card. I've added my fussy cut image with some double-sided foam adhesive onto the scallop square, and then now I'm adhering the scallop square onto this easel here with some liquid adhesive. So that's it, our card is almost ready. Now that our reverse easel is ready, we need to have a stopper to hold this easel in place. And for that, I have printed out a sentiment from the same March release of Vardha Sharma Digital Images, and then I am matting it onto some blue cardstock so that it matches with my card base. And then I am adding some double-sided foam adhesive and placing it here as a stopper so that it would hold my easel in place. Now that I finished my card, I thought the sentiment was too white, so I'm taking some Distress Oxide in the shade Fossiled Amber, and I'm just adding a hint of color onto my sentiment. And with this, we finish the reverse easel card. A very simple, easy card folding technique. This instantly adds so much interest to just a plain card. I hope you like this tutorial and you will also give this card fold a try. You can see the close-up images of the finished card here. Just a simple variant to the regular easel card. I hope you liked this tutorial and I was of some inspiration to you. In case if you make something similar, don't forget to tag us on our social media. I would love to see what you make. I will be back soon with another video. Until then, thank you so much for watching. Bye.